Good evening.
Good evening, sir. So, without any further ado, let's get into the conversation. So the first question is, when did you learn how to play chess, and who taught you how to play chess?
Oh, I learned at the age of 9. Actually, I till the age of 9, I had all my vision. I lost my vision at the age of 9, and that's when I started getting interested in the game. My initial coaches were my father and my elder brother, who used to play, and that's how I got interested in the game.
Yeah, yes, so that is actually inspiring. So what are some of your most memorable experiences from the tournaments that you have played?
Sorry, what is the most memorable?
Experiences from the tournaments that you have played so far.
Oh, yeah. Some of the most memorable was when I played for World Junior Chess Championship somewhere in the year 2001. Uh, I was playing against number one seeded in Belgium. At that time, I lost against him, the first seeded, but I got a standing ovation for a wonderful game played. So although it was the game that I lost, but it is one of the most wonderful experiences that I have. Then when I won the Asian Chess Championship. I'm the first Indian to win the Asian Chess Championship for the visually impaired. So at that time, that feeling were some of the most amazing feelings. That entire tournament where I was beating higher seeded people than me, and finally I reached the trophy. These are some of the most memorable experiences.
Yes, sir. So I feel the way you said it, like even though you lost, but that was an amazing experience. I think that's what we can take out from here, the sportsmanship, that the spirit that has to be there among us. So that's just truly amazing.
Well,
So
thank you.
how do you stay motivated all the time? And what motivates you to play chess and continue taking tournaments?
I think it's more the love of the game, the very fact that when you sit on the chessboard and you feel happy, you can exit all your thoughts processes which are going on, is one of the most wonderful feelings I have. It's like a stress buster for me rather than it being stressful. So this is how I keep myself motivated, because the fun of playing the game, the fun of winning, losing, everything, the excitement, that keeps me going on in the game.
Yes, sir, truly. If we like something, then that definitely, that keeps us motivated. I think I completely agree with you. So, do you play chess online? And if you do, then how do you think it is different from playing it on a board game?
I do play online. There are some softwares that have come up, Fritz and everything. The basic difference is that these are all softwares which already have some calculations and many games to go through the data banks. But when you play physically, there is a lot more than just the calculations. It is the pressure of the game, the stage at which the game is being played, your skills at a given point of time. So there are many human factors which are missing when you play online, but it can be a good training center where you can learn certain things in a more precise manner.
Yes, sir. Okay. So, sir, a couple of moments ago, we were talking about the motivation factor and the thought process. So what is your thought process, which you go through before making a move during a tournament?
My thought process is that I will enjoy the game, come what the result of the game. I like to simply be with myself just half an hour before the game. I kind of, I'm in my own shell and I'm not thinking anything. I'm just relaxing. So for me, my process is not to think about how wonderful it will be if I win the game or if I win the tournament. It would be more about how my journey of this tournament going to be and how am I going to enjoy these games. So that's how I, kind of prepare myself.
Wow, that is truly amazing. Uh, so, sir, why did you plan to take chess as a career?
Ah, because when I actually started at that time, chess as a career was very rare a thing. So never, there were not enough opportunities financially, basically. So it was not a good living. prospect. However, now things have changed multiple times. So we've gone through a lot of process where now players can actually make a living out of it. So slowly and steadily we are reaching there. Otherwise, except for a few top players like maybe Vishwanathan Anand or a few others, they can make it, but substantially it's not a very financially viable sport.
Yes, sir. What do you think are some of the false assumptions that people make about chess, and some of them that you might have come across?
That it's not a sport at all. You don't play it outside. You're just sitting on the chessboard. How can it be a sport? That's the most common argument that you get against chess. Secondly, also the false impression is that it is not a spectator friendly.
I'm sorry, sir, but I think you went on mute.
Unless you really understand the game, you might not basically get the excitement that's going on a chessboard until unless it's people are sacrificing pieces left, right, and center. So sometimes these are the basic false impressions. But if you actually watch a game, you'll realize that how preparation is made to finally reach the goal that you set out for.
I think every one of us will agree, or we've all heard sometime or the other that people saying chess is not a sport, but I think that's completely an assumption that they make, which is not at all true. So yeah, that's absolutely true. If you can, then can you recall a specific turning point, like maybe a game, an event, or working with a chess coach, etc.?
As in, I'm sorry, can you repeat this?
A turning point in your career as a chess player, maybe during a tournament, during your coaching or anywhere.
I think the turning point was actually when I just started off. So when I just started playing chess, there was a school tournament that was held, intra-school tournament, and I reached the finals and I lost there. That was the time that I decided that come what may, now I'll become a chess player and I'll show. So probably that is one of the turning points. Again, the other turning point was also that I was very interested in the armed forces. So when I lost my vision at the age of 9, I kind of made chess my battlefield. So these are some of the instances where I believe gave me a lot of motivation to move forward and start playing chess at a serious level. So that's how I think these are my main turning points in my career. They've come early, but these were the points that actually propelled me to study and work hard towards the game.
I think that is motivating for a lot of us because that inspires a lot of us because despite so many turning points and the struggles that you went through and now where you are, so I think that inspires a lot of our listeners and me personally. So yes. And so if any of your students would like to pursue chess as a career, so what advice that you would want to give them?
My advice would be not to focus on money, but to focus on the merits, excellence of the game. If you are excellent, money will automatically follow. A lot of people, they want results for them to keep themselves motivated. I personally believe that more than the results, what's important is that do you really enjoy the game? Do you really see that, over a period of time that you want to play the game and make a name for yourself? Because with name, with reputation, with progress, other things will follow automatically.
Definitely. So I think all those who are listening to us would definitely have a deeper insight about how they can enter into chess as a career, and the advice would definitely help them out. So yes, that was it, sir. Those were a few questions that we wanted to ask you. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. Thank you.